Hello, my beautiful red bone, yellow bone, butter pecan, almond, hazelnut, brown sugar, caramel, chocolate mocha, coffee, curly haired, straight haired, afro haired, wavy haired exotical. Welcome to the Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to the Exoticals United Community. If you are new here, you may be asking, what is an exotical? Well, let me make it simple for you. Mixed race equals exotical. Mistaken for mixed race equals exotical. Have you been fetishized, pedestalized, or accused of benefiting from things like featureism, texturism, or colorism? Have you ever been told that you're too light-skinned to speak on issues like colorism? Have you ever been told you have quote-unquote good hair or pretty eyes or racially ambiguous facial features? You're definitely an exotical. Here in the Exoticals United community, we focus on giving validation to the experiences of women from the following people groups: biracial, mixed race, multi-generationally mixed, light-skinned black women, racially ambiguous black women. When I use the term mixed race on this channel, I am referring to women who have 25% or more non-black ancestry. We have to have a cutoff point somewhere, and usually around the 25% mark is when some of that mixed blood starts showing up in your phenotype. Usually around 25% is when people start giving you nicknames like light bright or light skinned, when what they really mean to say is mixed race. Here in the Exoticals United community, we do not tolerate any racism, gaslighting, or identity policing. How someone identifies their race or skin tone is their own personal business. We are not a monolith. We come in different shapes, sizes, and phenotypes. But one thing we can all relate on is that we are the preferences. And because we are sometimes seen as the preferences in the Black community, that opens us up to a special type of bullying from a certain group of women. A lot of people have tried to speculate about who's an exotical and who's not, and I see people attempting to troll and police some of us here on YouTube. But I'm here to say, just because you're not an exotical does not mean that you get to tell me whether or not I'm an exotical. So bow down to the almighty Exoticals United Community. I would like to give a special shout out to some of the fellow exoticals in my niche. We have Bossy Empress TV, Light Skin Guilt, Brown and Beige Community, Caesar Cannon, Brown Skin Exoticals, Multiracial Movement, and Light Skin Family. Us exoticals, we don't compete with each other, we build each other up. So I just wanted to take some time to build up my beautiful brothers and sisters who are part of the exotical community. If you have a YouTube channel where you talk about some of the same things, please comment down below so that we can all subscribe to one another. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So what is an exotical really? Well, at the end of the day, an exotical is a woman in the Black or mixed community who benefits from pretty privilege due to her phenotype. At the end of the day, the term exotical is just a slang term based on my own personal opinion. Being an exotical doesn't make you any better than anyone else. It just makes you someone who looks different than the average African American. Okay, exoticals have one or more of the following features: light skin, light eyes, light colored or loose textured hair, keen features, meaning a small nose, eyes, lips, or chin. Think about East Africans or Blasians. Those are usually good examples of keen features, okay? The Justine Skies, the Karuchi Trans, the Naomi Campbells, or the East African phenotype. We all know that in the Black community, they have a thing against big noses. So if you have a small East African or European or even an Arab nose, you will definitely be pushed over into the exotical category regardless of your skin tone. The reason I include light-skinned Black women in the exotical category is because light-skinned women often get our Black card taken away for being too pale. Not to mention the fact that we constantly get accused of being pedestalized by Black men due to our phenotype being promoted in hip-hop music. Oh, and one more thing about keen features. We all know that the most common facial features in African Americans are what I would call broad features. Okay, this is when a person has a broad nose, broad full lips. Usually it's about the same width as their nose. They tend to have wider nostrils and a broader chin and jawline. I will include some photos if I can find them. Those features are usually associated with masculinity. Not necessarily good or bad, but if you go over on Chrissy's channel, this is what they're going to say. They're going to call you a featurist if you say you prefer a dark-skinned Black woman with narrow features over a dark-skinned Black woman with broad features. Okay, so here's an example of broad features versus narrow. At the end of the day, you guys have to remember that the term exotical is based on things like race and phenotype, which are ultimately social constructs. The point of this video is not to offend anyone. The point is to bring to light what women like Chrissy and other false pro-black YouTubers think of us. I didn't come up with these classifications. They did. So if you have a problem with the term exotical, you actually need to talk to Chrissy, because she's the one who referred to me as an exotical back in the day. Chrissy is also the one who introduced me to Lipstick Alley. Oh, shout out to them, by the way, because they got my channel monetized. So I'm super excited about that. I actually hope the thread stays up, and I hope that that Lipstick Alley page continues to grow, because I must admit that all this attention I'm getting is quite entertaining. The Lipstick Alley thread is linked in my community tab, so if you guys get a chance, please go ahead and view it if you haven't, because it's actually bringing more traffic to my channel, which I'm super excited about. Anyway, the biggest thing that separates us exoticals is that we benefit from pretty privilege. Okay, if you do not benefit from pretty privilege, you're going to have a hard time relating to my content. You might even find yourself getting offended by my content. I understand that being considered unattractive is probably hard, but I'm going to be 100% honest. This channel was not created for unattractive women. Okay, so if you're unattractive, or if you have an inferiority victim complex, you will not enjoy my content. So you can go ahead and unsubscribe now, because this is the egg towel movement. We will not apologize for our beauty. We will not apologize for being mixed, and we certainly will not apologize for the attention that we get from men. Exoticals are absolutely dominating Hollywood right now, and we will continue to do so. And it's funny how I hear a lot of women hate on exoticals, and they hate on non-black women as well, but they would love to date or marry a mixed or non-black man. It's hilarious because they hate us because they see us as direct competition, but they love our counterparts though. They hate Cardi B, but love Boris Kojo. They hate light-skinned black women, but love light-skinned black men. They hate mulatto women, but love white men. And it's hilarious because instead of hating on us, they should actually be learning from us, because a lot of us are actually mixed with the cultures that they're trying to be a part of. The hypocrisy is hilarious, and the colorism movement has now pretty much become a movement for unattractive women to vent their frustrations onto men. And I don't deny the existence of colorism on this channel. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I am saying that women should not take out their colorism frustrations on mixed and light-skinned women. Here in the Exoticals United community, we are in full support of the MLS community, which is the mixed and light-skinned community, okay? We don't really have a safe space to come to, and so that's what this community is. We are here so we can talk about lifestyle strategy, we can laugh at ourselves, and we can hopefully find some healing and realize that we're not crazy, we're not delusional, we actually do have things that we go through. And I find it funny how whenever an MLS woman goes through relationship problems, like Danny Lay, people are so shocked, and they make it a big deal, like, look, Danny Lay is going to be a single mother, or look, even Beyonce got cheated on. Or look, Halle Berry got a divorce. They say these things about us because MLS women are so pedestalized that these other women think that we're supposed to have perfect relationships. Like, do you guys remember when Ayesha Curry was complaining about her marriage to Steph Curry, and people made it a huge deal, like, oh my gosh, look, she has insecurities. And they pedestalize MLS women so much that they think it's impossible for us to have insecurities. So if anything, that just shows how silly some of these women actually are. Just because a woman is mixed or light-skinned or has curly hair or a small nose doesn't mean that she doesn't have insecurities. It doesn't mean that she can't have marriage problems or become a single mother. So that's just hilarious to me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time.